From a tree that transforms into an entire forest to another that seems to have roots in the sky, today I'm going to show you 15 trees with roots so strange they defy logic. Some are magical, others frightening, but all will surprise you. Let's discover them. But before we start, make sure to subscribe to our channel and leave your like. Now let's begin. Number 1. Banyan Tree, Ficus bengalensis. Imagine a tree so big, so incredibly vast, that it looks like an entire forest but is actually just one tree. Let me introduce you to the banyan, Ficus bengalensis, a plant giant that challenges our idea of what a tree is. This colossus originates from India and has been revered for centuries. Its roots don't stay quietly underground like other trees, no. The banyan prefers to do things its own way. Its aerial roots grow down from the branches, like living vines, until they reach the ground and turn into additional trunks. Over time, these trunks support new branches and the cycle continues, causing a single tree to expand so much that it can cover entire hectares. The largest banyan tree in the world, called Thimama Marimanu, is in India and covers more than 2 hectares that's bigger than a soccer field. Another famous one is the Great Banyan Tree at the Indian Botanical Garden, which keeps growing even without its original trunk, becoming a living network with over 3,600 root trunks. These immense root systems weave together to create a dense canopy that shelters a wide variety of wildlife. But the banyan is not just a visual wonder. It's also a symbol of immortality and wisdom in Indian culture. In many legends, sages meditated under its shade, and it is said that even Buddha attained enlightenment under a tree from the banyan family. The tree's expansive growth and seeming endlessness have made it a metaphor for eternal life and spiritual growth. Its shade a sanctuary for contemplation and peace. Ecologically, the banyan plays a crucial role. Its dense canopy provides shelter for birds, insects, and small mammals. Its figs are an essential food source for many animals, from bats to monkeys, helping to sustain entire ecosystems. The tree's ability to grow multiple trunks and aerial roots also helps prevent soil erosion, stabilizing the land it inhabits. In addition, the banyan's unique growth pattern has fascinated botanists and ecologists for centuries. It demonstrates an extraordinary adaptation strategy, allowing it to spread laterally rather than just vertically, competing with other plants for light and space. This sprawling growth can sometimes overwhelm other vegetation, turning the area beneath into a cool, shaded refuge. The tree has also inspired architects and artists. The sprawling network of trunks and roots has been likened to natural cathedrals, with their pillars and arches formed by roots reaching down and intertwining. Its grandeur and complexity remind us that nature often builds on principles far beyond human design. Culturally, the banyan is deeply embedded in rituals and festivals. It is often worshipped in rural India during special ceremonies, believed to bring good fortune, health, and protection from evil spirits. Its leaves and bark are used in traditional medicines, while its presence in villages symbolizes strength and community. For travelers and nature lovers, visiting a banyan tree is like stepping into a natural wonderland, a living monument that connects the earth, sky, and life itself. It's a reminder that life can grow in unexpected, beautiful, and complex ways, and that sometimes what we see as a single entity is, in fact, a vast network of life intertwined. So, the next time you see a banyan tree, remember, you're not just seeing a tree, you're seeing a forest inside a tree, an ancient living marvel that tells a story of nature's resilience, mystery, and boundless creativity. Number 2. Baobab Tree, Adansonia. If there were ever a tree straight out of a fairy tale, it would be the baobab, Adansonia. This giant of nature looks like it was planted upside down, with its roots pointing to the sky and its trunk standing as a witness to centuries of history. But wait, the most incredible part is inside it. The baobab can live for more than 2,000 years, making it one of the longest living trees on the planet. And that's not all. Its trunk is hollow inside, allowing it to store up to 120,000 liters of water, turning it into a true living reservoir in the middle of the driest climates of Africa, Madagascar, and Australia. In some African villages, these trees have been used as shelters, storage spaces, and even bars and prisons. Just imagine having coffee inside a tree thousands of years old. But the baobab doesn't impress only with its size and longevity. Its roots stretch up to 50 meters underground in search of water in the driest places. Its fruits, known as monkey bread, are rich in vitamin C, and its bark can regenerate even after being stripped, something unique in the plant world. According to African legends, the gods planted it upside down as punishment for its pride. But far from being a punishment, this tree is a symbol of life, resilience, and wisdom. So the next time you see a baobab, remember, it's not just a tree, it's a time capsule, a wise giant that has seen civilizations rise and fall. The baobab is pure magic on earth. Number 3. Tree of Life in Bahrain. In the middle of Bahrain's arid desert, where the sun scorches the sand and life seems impossible, rises a solitary tree that defies all logic. They call this tree the Tree of Life, and its existence is a mystery that even science has not been able to fully explain. This mesquite, Prosopis cineraria, has stood for over 400 years, surrounded by dunes and without a visible water source for miles. How does it survive? No one knows for sure. Some say its roots have found a hidden aquifer beneath the sand, while others believe it's proof of nature's magic. Locals have their own version. According to legend, this tree marks the location of the Garden of Eden, humanity's lost paradise. With its leafy canopy in the middle of the endless desert, it's easy to imagine it as a remnant of an ancient, sacred world. But the most amazing thing is that this tree doesn't just survive, it thrives. Its dense canopy offers shade to travelers and curious visitors who come from all over the world to see it with their own eyes. Despite the extreme conditions, the Tree of Life continues to grow as a symbol of resilience and hope. Is it a biological rarity or a true miracle? We don't know for sure, but what is certain is that the Tree of Life is a wonder that defies the rules of the natural world. And you, what do you think? Science or magic? Number 4. Bald Cypress Taxodium disticum. If you ever wander through a swamp in the southeastern United States and see a tree with roots that rise from the ground like small towers, stop and take a closer look. It's not a mistake of nature, nor a scene taken from a fantasy movie. It's the bald cypress, Taxodium disticum, a tree as fascinating as it is resilient. But what makes this giant of the swamps so special? For starters, its best-kept secret, the pneumatophores. These cone-shaped structures, which look like little chimneys coming out of the water or mud, allow it to breathe in flooded soils. It's as if the tree has developed a natural snorkel system to survive in environments where others would simply drown. The bald cypress can grow up to 35 meters tall and live for more than 600 years, although some specimens have surpassed 2,000 years. Its thick trunk and reddish bark give it a majestic look, like an eternal guardian of the swamps. And here's the curious part. Despite its name, it isn't a cypress as we usually imagine, with a pointed, conical shape. Its nickname, bald, comes from the fact that it sheds its leaves in autumn, something uncommon among trees of this type. During this season, its leaves turn from vibrant green to shades of gold and copper, creating a spectacle worthy of admiration. But this tree isn't just beautiful, it's also vital to the ecosystem. Its roots prevent soil erosion and provide shelter for many species. If you venture into a bald cypress forest, you may spot turtles, birds, and even alligators gliding between its trunks, a small universe full of life. In popular culture, the bald cypress also carries an air of mystery. Its groves have inspired legends of ghosts and hidden creatures in the swamps. It's not hard to picture it with mist covering its twisted roots and the water reflecting the moonlight. Everything looks like it came out of a horror story. Next time you find one, take a moment to observe it. Before you stands a survivor of millennia, a wonder of nature, and perhaps a guardian of stories yet to be discovered. Number 5. Strangler Fig, Ficus spp. Imagine walking through the jungle and coming across a tree whose roots twist like tentacles, embracing its victim with chilling patience. It's not a creature from a nightmare, nor a forgotten legend. It's the Strangler Fig, a tree with a growth strategy as dark as it is fascinating. It all begins with a tiny seed deposited on the branches of another tree by an unsuspecting bird. High up there, the seed germinates and starts its slow yet relentless conquest. Instead of driving its roots into the ground, the Strangler Fig lets them fall from above, like strings of a macabre marionette, seeking the soil to take hold. But its true target is something else, the tree that supports it. The fig's roots don't just cling, they begin to squeeze little by little, like an executioner in no hurry. They wrap around the host tree's trunk, tightening more and more. The trapped tree keeps growing, struggling for light and nutrients, but its fate is already sealed. Over time, its branches weaken, its leaves wither, and eventually it dies of asphyxiation. The fig, now transformed into a sturdy tree, stands in place, as if it had never needed its victim at all. But here's the most unsettling part. When the original tree rots away and disappears, what remains is a hollow structure, a natural cage made of twisted roots. Walking through these formations can feel like stepping into an enchanted forest, where every tree tells a story of betrayal and survival. From the tropical forests of the Americas to the dense jungles of Asia and Africa, Strangler figs have perfected this lethal method over millions of years. They seek neither revenge nor feel remorse, but their way of growing seems straight out of a horror story. So when you find a tree whose roots coil like snakes, stop and ask yourself, are you looking at a living tree or the remains of one that no longer beats? Number 6. Dragon's Blood Tree of Socratra, Dracana cinnabari. On a lost island in the Indian Ocean, where nature gave wings to imagination, there exists a tree that looks like it came straight out of a fantasy tale. Its sturdy trunk rises like the pillar of an ancient temple, and its twisted, interwoven roots cling to the arid land as if trying to hold on to an ancient secret. Its canopy, shaped like an upside-down umbrella, spreads out high above, as if it were a magical creature shielding itself from the scorching sun. This is the Dragon's Blood Tree of Socotra, a symbol of resilience and mystery. This tree, whose scientific name is Dracana cinnabari, is a living relic that has survived through the centuries on the inhospitable island of Socotra, a territory belonging to Yemen. It is said that its enchanted appearance is the result of its struggle for life in an extreme environment, where rain is scarce and the soil is rocky and dry. Unlike other trees that stretch their branches randomly, the Dragon's Blood Tree has developed an almost mathematical design, with a dense, orderly canopy that allows it to capture as much moisture as possible from the morning mist. But the most striking thing about this tree isn't just its appearance. When its trunk is wounded, a thick blood-red sap flows from within. This liquid, known as dragon's blood, has been used since ancient times to make dyes, medicines, and even as an ingredient in old alchemical formulas. According to local legends, this sap is the blood spilled by dragons in ancient battles, and it is said to possess magical and healing properties. The Dragon's Blood Tree of Socotra is not just a visual spectacle, but a living testament to a unique ecosystem. The island of Socotra is home to many species that can't be found anywhere else in the world, making it a true laboratory of evolution. However, these trees are now at risk due to climate change and deforestation, which makes their conservation a priority for scientists and environmentalists. So the next time you see an image of this surreal-looking tree, remember that it is not just a wonder of nature, but a relic of myths and secrets that connects us to a distant past. Will this enchanted guardian survive the challenges of the future? Number 7. Kapok Tree, Saba, Pentandra. Have you ever heard of a tree so huge and majestic that it seems straight out of a fairy tale? Today, let's uncover the secrets of the Kapok tree, also known as Saba Pentandra, a giant of nature that reigns over tropical forests. This giant can reach up to 70 meters tall, and the most impressive part is its base. Its buttress roots rise from the ground like the walls of a castle, giving it a mystical and enchanted air. These structures not only help the tree stay upright in soft soils, but also create natural shelters for all kinds of creatures. If you venture into the forest and see these giant roots, you might feel as if you've entered a secret world. But the Kapok tree is also a visual spectacle. Its branches are covered with green leaves and produce soft white flowers that give off a sweet fragrance. Curiously, its flowers only open at night, attracting bats and other nocturnal pollinators that feed on the nectar. It's as if this tree is celebrating a secret party under the moonlight. In addition, the Kapok tree produces a capsule-shaped fruit that, when ripe, releases a silky, lightweight fiber. This fiber, known as kapok, has been used for centuries to fill pillows, mattresses, and even life jackets. Who would have thought that such an imposing tree would hold such a soft secret inside? In many cultures, the taba is considered sacred. In Mayan mythology, for example, it is said that the universe was supported by a giant kapok tree whose branches represented the sky, its trunk the earthly world, and its roots the underworld. That's why, in some regions, these trees are seen as spiritual guardians of the forest. So the next time you hear about Saba Pentandra, remember, it's not just a tree, but a living wonder full of history, mystery, and magic. Can you imagine standing before one of these giants and feeling its ancestral energy? Tell me in the comments what you think of this colossus of nature. Number 8. Balit Tree of the Philippines, Ficus betel. Imagine walking through a forest in the Philippines when, all of a sudden, you come across an imposing tree with hanging roots that form a thick and mysterious veil. This is the bolete tree, a giant of nature that looks like it came straight out of a ghost story. Its twisted branches and hollow trunk feed the region's most chilling legends. But what's so special about this tree? The bolete is no ordinary tree. It belongs to the ficus family, like the fig tree, and is known for its peculiar growth. It begins as an epiphyte, that is, it germinates on another tree, and over time its roots envelop and eventually strangle the host. What's left is a solitary bolete with a tangled trunk that looks as if it's made of several petrified snakes. This tree is a symbol of mystery and power in Filipino culture. Many communities believe it is the dwelling place of supernatural beings such as dwarves or Encanto spirit creatures that can grant wishes or bring misfortune. For this reason, in some places, locals avoid cutting down a bolete or even staring at it too long at night. They say that if you pass by one, it's best to ask permission out loud, or you might attract the wrath of the spirits that inhabit it. One of the most famous bolete trees stands in Baler, in the province of Aurora. This tree has lived for more than 600 years and is so large that you can enter its hollow trunk and walk inside it. It's a fascinating tourist destination and, at the same time, a place that commands respect. Another impressive specimen can be found in Siquijor, an island known for its stories of witchcraft and black magic. There, the bolete grows beside a natural spring, and visitors consider it a place of mystical energy. Beyond its mystical side, the bolete also plays a key ecological role. Its roots help prevent soil erosion and provide shelter for many animal species. Its small fruits are a food source for birds and bats. So the next time you see a bolete tree, remember, it's not just a tree, it's a guardian of stories, a bridge between the natural and the supernatural. Would you have the courage to visit it at night? Number 9. Elephant's Foot Tree, Biocarnia recurvata. Imagine a tree that looks like it came straight out of a fantasy story. Its base is wide and rounded, like the foot of a giant elephant, and from it rises a graceful trunk topped with long, thin leaves that resemble a green waterfall. This is the elephant's foot tree, scientifically known as Biocarnia recurvata, one of the most curious and resilient plants in the plant kingdom. Despite its robust and exotic appearance, this tree isn't actually a tree, it's a succulent. Its swollen base is, in fact, a water reservoir that allows it to survive in conditions of extreme drought. Native to Mexico, it grows in arid climates, where it developed the incredible ability to store water in its trunk, like a living bottle. The most impressive thing about the elephant's foot tree is its longevity. Specimens over 350 years old have been found, making it a true witness to the passage of time. Its growth is very slow, but with patience and proper care, it can reach up to 10 meters in height. Natural habitat and indoor use. Indoors, where it is very popular as an ornamental plant, the elephant's foot tree usually remains at a more manageable size. If you've ever seen one in a pot, you've surely noticed its curious shape. And here's a surprising fact. Although its base often looks completely buried, in the wild part of its thick roots remain exposed, giving it an even stranger look, as if it were emerging from a fantasy world. In addition to its resilience, this tree is a natural air purifier. Its leaves absorb pollutants and release oxygen, making it one of the best options for decorating indoor spaces with an exotic touch that's also beneficial to health. In popular culture, the elephant's foot tree is a symbol of resilience and longevity. Some believe that having one at home brings good luck and stability, as its strong base represents firmness and security. So when you see an elephant's foot tree, remember, it's not just a plant, it's a desert survivor, a guardian of water, and a small giant with roots in a fairy tale world. Would you like to have one at home? Number 10. Dragon's Blood Tree, Terocarpus Angencis. Imagine walking through an African forest and coming across a tree that, when its trunk is cut, doesn't release ordinary sap but a deep red liquid, as if it were bleeding. It's not magic or a curse, it's the remarkable Terocarpus Angencis, better known as the dragon's blood tree. This tree looks like it came straight out of a myth. Its thick, twisted roots emerge from the ground like rivers of solidified lava, giving it an almost supernatural appearance. Its strong and resilient trunk hides a secret, a red sap that, when it dries, hardens like a dark crystal, similar to coagulated blood. But why does this tree bleed? The answer lies in its natural compounds. The sap contains tannins and pigments that give it this intense color. In ancient times, many cultures believed this sap had magical and healing properties. In fact, in traditional African medicine, it's used to treat wounds, infections, and digestive issues. The dragon's blood tree is not famous only for its sap, but also for its wood, one of the most valuable in Africa. Its golden Skin tone and durability make it ideal for crafting furniture, musical instruments, and sculptures. However, excessive exploitation has put the species at risk in some regions, leading to conservation efforts to protect it. In African culture, this tree is a symbol of life and regeneration. It is believed that its deep roots connect the world of the living with that of the ancestors, and many rituals are performed under its shade. In some tribes, the red sap is used in spiritual ceremonies, representing the connection between nature and human beings. Beyond its symbolism, this tree plays a vital ecological role. Its fragrant yellow flowers attract bees and butterflies, helping with pollination, while its foliage offers shelter to countless species. So the next time you hear about the dragon's blood tree, remember, it's not just a natural wonder, but a living testament to African history, medicine, and mythology. Would you have the courage to see its blood up close? Number 11. False cotton tree, Bombax Saba. Have you ever seen a tree whose roots look like the claws of a sleeping monster? Today, let's discover the Bombax. Known as the false cotton tree, it's a giant that looks like it came straight out of a fairy tale. This tree can reach up to 30 meters tall, but what draws the most attention are its enormous buttress roots that rise from the ground like petrified tentacles, giving it an imposing and almost eerie appearance. These roots not only help it stay anchored in swampy terrain, but also allow it to absorb water efficiently. But that's not all. During the dry season, Bombax Saba loses all its leaves and becomes covered with spectacular red flowers that attract birds and bats, which feed on its nectar. Interestingly, its flowers have a scent reminiscent of melted butter, an irresistible aroma for pollinators. When its fruits ripen, they release a soft, light fiber that resembles cotton. But unlike true cotton, this fiber can't be spun. Instead, it's used to make pillows, life jackets, and even thermal insulation. In some cultures, this tree is considered sacred. In India, it is believed to connect the world of the gods to that of humans. In Latin America, people say spirits may dwell among its roots. So the next time you see a Bombax, remember, it's not just a tree, it's a giant full of history, beauty, and a touch of mystery. Number 12. The Tree of Tulle, Taxodium mucronatum. If you think trees are just silent beings that decorate the landscape, let me tell you about the Tree of Tulle, the green colossus that defies time. Located in Santa Maria del Tulle, Oaxaca, this titan of nature is famous for having the widest trunk in the world, measuring over 14 meters in diameter. To fully encircle it, you'd need more than 30 people holding hands. But its magic doesn't stop there. Its roots look like the tentacles of a mythical creature emerging from the ground, as if they were alive, supporting a trunk that twists into whimsical shapes. They say that on its bark you can make out figures of animals and ancestral faces, as if the tree held the memory of time itself. It is estimated that this Montezuma cypress, or ahuehuete, is more than 2,000 years old, meaning it has witnessed the rise and fall of civilizations, empires, and countless generations. The Zapotecs once revered it, and today it remains a symbol of life and resilience. But here comes the question: how can a single tree be so large? Scientists still debate whether it's actually a cluster of trees that fused together, but genetic tests have proven that it is a single living being, a solitary giant that has withstood storms, droughts, and centuries of history. If you ever visit Oaxaca, you can't miss the chance to see the Tree of Tulle in person. Who knows, perhaps you'll feel its ancient energy, as if its millennia-old roots were whispering secrets from the past. Number 13. Walking Palm, Socratesia Exoriza. Did you know that deep in the Amazon rainforest, there's a tree that can move? No, it's not a fantasy character or a creature out of a tale. It's Socratesia Exoriza, better known as the walking palm. The secret lies in its roots. Unlike ordinary trees that stay anchored to the ground, the walking palm has a network of aerial roots that resemble long legs. According to some theories, these roots allow it to move slowly, shifting in search of sunlight or more stable ground. Imagine a tree that, little by little, chooses the best spot to grow as if it had a will of its own. They say this tree can advance up to 3 centimeters per day. Although some scientists argue that this movement is more illusion than reality, what's certain is that its roots act like supporting Z, giving it an almost alien appearance. These roots lift the trunk above the ground, helping it avoid flooding and insect attacks common in the dense rainforest floor. This elevated stance also allows the tree to better capture sunlight in the thick jungle canopy, where competition for light is fierce. The walking palm's unique root system makes it one of the most fascinating striking examples of adaptation in the plant kingdom. Its stilt-like roots provide stability on uneven, soft, or waterlogged terrain where many other trees would struggle to grow. This gives the walking palm a competitive edge in the dense, diverse environment of the Amazon. Some biologists suggest that rather than walking in the literal sense, the walking palm may survive by slowly growing new roots toward areas with better light or soil, while older roots die off. This process could create the illusion of movement over years or decades. Whether true mobility or gradual adjustment, this adaptation allows the tree to follow the sun and optimize its growth conditions in a challenging habitat. Beyond its remarkable roots, the walking palm also plays an important role in the rainforest ecosystem. Its tall trunk provides shelter and nesting sites for various insects, amphibians, and small mammals. The tree's flowers and fruits serve as food for birds and other wildlife, contributing to the rich biodiversity of the forest. Indigenous peoples living near the walking palm have long known and respected this tree. In some cultures, it is seen as a symbol of resilience and adaptability, embodying the spirit of the forest itself. Its impressive appearance and mysterious movements have inspired local stories and legends passed down through generations. The walking palm's distinctive silhouette, its elevated trunk supported by long, spindly roots, often surprises visitors and researchers alike. It looks like a tree lifted on stilts, ready to step forward at any moment. This visual impression, combined with the idea of a walking tree, captures the imagination and reminds us that the natural world holds many secrets still waiting to be fully understood. In the complex dance of life in the Amazon, the walking palm is a slow but steady participant, adapting and thriving in one of the most competitive environments on Earth. Its story is a testament to nature's creativity and the remarkable ways organisms evolve to survive and flourish. So, the next time you hear about a tree that walks, remember, in the heart of the Amazon there is one that, even without hurry, follows its own path, steadily, mysteriously, and wonderfully alive. Number 14. Death Angel Tree, Manchineel or Hippomane mancinella. Imagine a tree so deadly that you can't even stand under its shade without putting yourself at risk. It's not from a horror story or a science fiction film, it's real, and its name says it all: Death Angel Tree. Also known as Manchineel or Hippomane mancinella, this tree is considered one of the most dangerous in the world. From its twisted roots to its seemingly harmless green leaves, every part of it is a deadly weapon. Its white, sticky sap is so toxic that it can cause blisters with just a touch. And if it rains, it's even worse. The water that runs down its branches carries the poison and can cause burns to anyone seeking shelter beneath its canopy. But that's not all. Its fruit, nicknamed the Apple of Death, is small, green, and tempting, but a single bite can cause extreme pain, vomiting, and even death. It's no wonder that Spanish conquistadors called it the Tree of Death. This sinister tree is found along the coasts of the Caribbean, Central America, and parts of South America, where its presence is often marked by warning signs. Despite its danger, it plays a crucial role in the ecosystem, protecting coastlines from erosion and providing shelter for some species. So if you ever see a tree with twisted roots and bright green apples on a tropical beach, it's best to keep your distance. You won't want to become the next victim of the Death Angel. Number 15. Australian Fig Tree, Ficus macrophylla. In the heart of Australia's forests and some other tropical regions, there's a tree that looks like it came straight out of a fairy tale or an adventure film. Its roots hang like vines, intertwine in the air, and reach down to the ground, forming natural tunnels and passageways. Its scientific name is Ficus macrophylla, but many simply call it the Australian fig tree, a tree as impressive as it is mysterious. What makes this giant special is its strange way of growing. Instead of a straight, firm trunk, the fig tree develops aerial roots that, little by little, descend until they touch the ground and become additional trunks. Over time, the tree seems to multiply, expanding like an enchanted labyrinth of columns and passages, as if designed by nature itself to conceal secrets. But if you think its appearance is the most surprising thing about it, wait until you learn its survival strategy. This tree is what's known as a strangler fig, and that sounds frightening because it is. The Australian fig tree begins its life atop another tree, using its roots to slowly surround it. Eventually, it completely envelops its host until the original tree dies, leaving only the hollow structure of the fig tree behind, as if it had devoured its host. Despite its unfriendly method of growth, this tree plays a vital role in the ecosystem. Its fruits feed birds, bats, and marsupials, and its massive roots help stabilize soils in coastal areas. If you ever come across one of these majestic fig trees, take a moment to admire it, but also to wonder what secrets it hides in its enigmatic tunnels of roots. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed our content, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and leave a like. Also, check out other interesting videos popping up on your screen right now, and I'll see you in the next one. Until next time.